Maximum alert, Bears Nation. What's boiling behind the walls of Hollis Hall? First, a multi-million-dollar move that could bury their current backfield star. Are they risking everything on a questionable running back or losing the key piece? To protect their franchise QB, not even Pittsburgh wanted him. Second, a secret war over the future of the team. Are they playing a double game with Soldier Field while Arlington Heights spits toxic data? $5 billion on the line and a city that can't take any more lies. Third, betrayal in progress. Sacrificing a local icon for pennies. A linebacker who bleeds blue and orange is in the crosshairs. Do they really prefer soulless no-names over a special teams titan? This decision will burn their legacy. Don't miss the details Ryan Poles doesn't want you to know. Subscribe now and drop a like, or stay on the sidelines as the hurricane that will destroy or save the Bears in 2025 rolls in. The clock is ticking. Bears Nation. Attention, Chicago Bears fans. What's really happening inside Hollis Hall? I ask you, is it possible that the front office is plotting a move that could reshape the future of their backfield? Because word is spreading about a massive investment in Najee Harris, $27.4 million over 3 seasons? That's no pocket change. And the big question everyone's asking, does this mean D'Andre Swift is already saying goodbye before he even settles in Chicago? Let's dive in. Listen up. The arrival of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson promised a revolutionary offense, but now, are they pushing all their chips in on a running back coming off a modest year in Pittsburgh? Sure, Najee Harris hit 1,000 yards, but at just 3.9 yards per carry. Is that what the Bears need to protect their franchise quarterback? Let me ask you, or are they looking for a human tank to grind out tough yards while Swift takes care of the passing game? Now, let's not ignore the money factor. The Bears have $79 million in cap space, but spending nearly $9 million a year on a running back while the offensive line still has gaping holes? Come on, where's the priority? If Harris comes in, Swift suddenly becomes a pricey luxury or a prime trade candidate. And what about durability? Harris has logged 927 carries in 3 years. That's wear and tear, folks. Would you trust him to handle the workload alongside a rookie QB? Hear me out. If Harris signs, this backfield becomes a powerful 1-2 punch, him as the hammer, Swift as the scalpel. Sounds great on paper. But the NFL isn't played on paper. Will it work in the NFC North, where defenses devour running backs for breakfast? Think about it, Swift isn't just any backup. In 2024, he proved he can shed tackles and be a serious threat in the passing game. Do they really want to limit his impact by splitting carries? And speaking of limits, how much more can they invest in the position the league has consistently devalued? Running backs aren't a priority anymore, unless your name is Christian McCaffrey. Does Harris really justify that contract? The Steelers declined his 5th-year option. The Steelers, a team built on defense, but with zero offensive creativity. If even they passed on him, isn't that a red flag? But hold up. If the Bears don't pull the trigger, someone else will. And what if Harris turns out to be the missing piece to dominate the ground game? I'll tell you this, in a division where the Lions have Gibbs and the Packers have Jones, Chicago can't afford to lag behind. A bruising backfield could stabilize Williams, but at what cost? Final verdict. Betting on Harris is a calculated risk. If they balance his workload with Swift and reinforce the offensive line, the Bears could boast the best offense in the NFC. But if they botch this, they'll be burying $27 million in a player Pittsburgh already gave up on. And I say that without hesitation. Now it's your turn. Would you sacrifice D'Andre Swift for Najee Harris? Or should the Bears invest that money in the O-line or a wide receiver? Are you ready for the truth about the Chicago Bears in Arlington Park? Or am I just talking to myself? Because let me tell you, Bears family, this is an earthquake that could shake the entire future of this franchise. Are they backing out of Arlington Heights? Are they playing both sides with the lakefront and the suburbs? I'll break it down. Breaking news. The Bears have restarted major studies to revive their $5 billion mega project in Arlington Park after 2 years on ice due to tax disputes. Yes, you heard right. Kevin Warren confirmed in a letter that consultants are updating blueprints, examining the economic impact, and get this, completing the infamous traffic report that Arlington Heights has been waiting for this week. Why? Now, because local schools and the county finally agreed on the land's taxable value, but W-A-I-T. Weren't the Bears all in on that $3.20 billion lakefront stadium with a retractable roof and stunning skyline views? Let me ask you, is Warren playing 4D chess while Arlington Heights Mayor Tom Hayes is begging for a commitment? Check out what Hayes just said. I remain hopeful. Even though publicly they say they're prioritizing the lakefront. Alert! Arlington Heights has resumed contracts with traffic consultants paid for by the Bears. And you know what else Hayes admitted? That the 2022 blueprints were just a draft. Nothing is finalized. Let's get to the heart of it. Why would they invest $197 million in 326 acres if they're secretly in love with the lakefront? Or is it that Chicago is holding them hostage with permit delays and public funding battles? I'll tell you this. Arlington Park is a cash machine hotels, an indoor stadium, massive green spaces, way more revenue than Soldier Field could ever generate. But the Bears are still flirting with Chicago. Is this a strategy or just hesitation? Now, let's get mad for a second. Remember those jaw-dropping 22 renderings? That futuristic complex is rotting in some forgotten folder. Even Hayes admits stadium location is still up in the air. And now they're suddenly refining plans? Where's the concrete? Meanwhile, the lakefront project, still a fantasy. Are they playing both sides just to squeeze Chicago for better terms? Or is Arlington Heights nothing more than an overpriced fallback plan? Here's my controversial take. If they were serious about Arlington, we'd already see shovels in the ground. But Warren, who has experience securing stadium deals, knows that Chicago is a political nightmare. Would they rather fight for prime real estate with a retractable roof than lock into the suburbs? They need to decide now. Now it's your call. Should the Bears leave Soldier Field right now and go all in on Arlington Heights, even if it takes 5 years? Or would you rather keep the lakefront dream alive, even if it costs taxpayers $3.2 billion? Are the Chicago Bears really about to get rid of a fan favorite? This is more serious than you think. Listen up, Bears fans. Because what I'm about to say today feels like a betrayal. Are they really going to let go of a warrior who has given everything for this franchise? We're talking about Jack Samborn, the kid from Lake Zurich, who has spent the past 3 seasons proving that heart can be faster than a stopwatch. Are you telling me that now, after 59 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and leading special teams like a general, they're putting him at risk over a few million? Brad Biggs from the Tribune says Chris Williams and Josh Blackwell are the priorities in restricted free agent offers. But I ask you, since when does a linebacker with killer instincts who played 84% of special teams snaps become worth less than a low-level tender? Don't give me excuses about athletic limitations. Haven't we seen this guy fly across the field like every single tackle is for his family's honor? Yeah, I'll admit, his coverage numbers are UGLY 6.7% of passes completed against him. But what did you expect from a tank built to destroy the run? Now, let's break down the financial drama. Paying $3.2 million for the lowest tender? That's a steal for a player who is a leader in the locker room and a rock on 3rd and short. Or would you rather risk another team signing him and getting nothing in return? Because if they don't match the offer, Samborn walks away for free. But pay attention. Here comes the hypocrisy of the NFL. They manage salaries like accountants. But what happened to loyalty? Samborn in Chicago, he's the guy who plays with the logo tattooed on his chest. Are they really going to choose a random draft pick or an overpriced free agent who doesn't know what Soldier Field means? I'll tell you the answer. Keeping him isn't just about business. It's a moral obligation. But if they let him go, the fans better ace K. Ryan polls what kind of legacy he's building. Do you want a team of mercenaries or true warriors who bleed Bears football? And now I feel the most controversial question at you. Is Samborn worth $5 million? Or is IT time to find a more versatile pound? Bears Nation, it's time to shape the future of this team. Najee Harris or Dandre Swift? The first big dilemma. Moving on from Swift for a power back like Harris could bring more toughness to the offense. But would that money be better spent on strengthening the offensive line or getting an elite receiver for Caleb Williams? Your opinion could change everything. Soldier Field or Arlington Heights? The debate that's splitting Chicago in two. Should the Bears leave Soldier Field to build their own stadium in Arlington Heights, even if it takes 5 years? Or should they keep the tradition by the lake, even if it costs $3.2 billion in public taxes? What would you choose, patience or nostalgia? Does Jack Samborn deserve $5 million? The most heated question. Is investing in Samborn a justified act of loyalty or a sign of complacency that holds the team back? Is it time to find a more dynamic linebacker for Matt Eberflus' system? Defend your stance. Your voice matters. Comment, debate, and join the Bears family. We're not just spectators. We're part of every decision. Share your thoughts in the comments, discuss with fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single analysis. We're building more than just a team here. We're a community that beats to the rhythm of Bear Down. Ready to be part of this? Hit the subscribe button and jump into the conversation shaping the future of the Chicago Bears.